Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Peace on the Streets radio show. And you know what? It is Mother's Day weekend that's coming up. And we want to, this show, it's going to be honoring moms. You know what I'm saying? We want to tell moms, the ones that's alive, happy Mother's Day. And the people, mom, that's resting in peace, happy Mother's Day, heavenly happy Mother's Day. How you all doing, crew?
We out here, man. We alive. We alive.
Come on,
and
yo.
kicking.
Listen, we are.
Yeah, it's good to see everybody. And I hope everybody's doing well tonight. And are you getting ready to meet me for Mother's Day? Yes.
There's always a holiday. I feel like America does it on purpose so we can be broke.
Uh-huh.
So I really don't care, to tell you the truth. Sorry to say it. But
Gotcha.
we support women and mothers every day, man.
That's
It's a
right.
battle every day.
Yeah.
So nah, I'm not really about the gifts either.
Okay.
I worry about my mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if I don't deliver for my mom,
Uh-huh.
she's a
Yeah.
little sensitive.
Oh, okay.
That stinks.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that way, so I'm not sensitive. I try not to be.
Nice. Okay. How about you, Neo?
I definitely gotta get my mom a little something, get her some decoration stuff for the kitchen and whatnot. Give a couple shout outs and
Your drink. Cheers. Salud.
It's a blessing, you all,
we
to
do
have
like
your
a
mother.
family dinner
Yeah.
most of the time for holidays.
Good for you. Yeah, you guys going to be together. That's what I
Probably,
like
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. And we're gonna give some shout outs to a couple moms out here.
Come
I want to
on.
give a big shout out to my mom, who is having a good time because my sister just graduated from college.
Yeah. Good job,
Congratulations.
mommy. That's
Yeah.
I know mom happy about
Good
that.
job.
She
sis.
sure is. She sure is. She's a girl in STEM now. She got her majors in biology.
Come on.
Very proud of her.
Yay.
Congratulations.
And I'm gonna give a shout out to my baby mama. Even though we're not together, you still gotta appreciate
That's what I'm
it.
talking about.
And all the baby mamas
All
out
the baby
there.
mamas out there.
Good for
Happy
you.
Mother's Day, baby
Yeah.
mamas. And fellas,
Absolutely.
and so that's important, fellas. It's all right to wish your baby mama a happy Mother's Day.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the mother of your child.
Exactly.
Children, or however it goes.
Yeah, and the
So-
You gotta
baby's
treat 'em
the
nice.
baby's alive. The baby's doing well.
Yeah.
You want to really encourage that because this, it could be hectic. It could be crazy. There's some crazy
Crazy.
stories to hear out there.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
good job on that because you want to inspire and also build them up.
That's
I gotta
right.
give a shout out to my mom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hey, Mama.
Marisa Vargas, happy birthday. I love you. Happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day. I'm so thinking about her birthday. It's the month after.
Okay.
I have to spoil her on that as well.
Nurse V.
Hey, Mom.
They didn't know that. That was a
just
surprise.
right on it. Yeah, my mom got me.
And then we have a special guest on. He's from Memphis, Tennessee, and he resides in Texas.
Okay.
And he's doing a book. He wrote a book out. He's an author, and it's about his mom. His book is
Ooh.
called Freak of Kids.
That's right.
And I think he's on the line now. Mr. Jackson, how you doing?
Hey man, how y'all doing?
Hey,
Everybody
Mr.
good?
Jackson.
Ooh.
welcome to Peace on the Streets, a radio show.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be on you all's platform, man. Thanks for the invite, man. Appreciate it. And I gotta correct you, cause it's Africa's children.
There we go.
Okay, Africa's children.
Yes.
And that's my cousin.
Okay.
That's
I
my
know.
first cousin, yeah, so
So he's a published author,
Uh-huh.
as well as I read that he's also into screenwriting.
okay.
So there's a difference between those two.
Really?
I wonder how he can make that happen both ways.
Uh-huh.
So again, thank you for being with us on Peace on the Streets Radio. We have read about you. It's very impressive. Congratulations on all your success. And please tell us about your book. Yes, and also that is dedicated to your mom.
And tell us what inspired you to write the book and all that good stuff, cuz. So break it down to us.
Well, I've been a writer ever since I was young. I just used to just jot down things, but honestly, man, once I moved to Texas for truck driving, I've been a CDL driver going on 10 years. When I had like some free time, downtime, layover time, I just used to just sit in the back of my truck and just write. At first it was just poems and just random thoughts that just come through my mind. I just wrote it down in a little journal, and I've been doing that for probably about 5 years.
Wow.
And
Wow.
just over time, man, just kind of became a habit of just writing. So yeah, thanks to truck drive.
So with the
So what's the book about?
Africa's Children is basically a book dedicated to my mom, um, talking about my upbringing from childhood all the way up into adulthood, and just really detailing like my trials and tribulations from childhood leading up into now, and just basically kind of like. Uh, Listening to the gems and good information that my mom gave me along the way, I applied it into my life. And so, yeah,
and,
it's just
and, and I'm
a
not
book about
surprised.
my life.
I'm sorry, cuz. I'm not surprised that he's a writer because his mom was one of the smartest women I knew.
Yeah.
All her kids are extra smart. So I'm not surprised because his mom was, she was super smart. She was my big cousin.
So it's like a journal, like he had a journal on the road, kind of like a memoir. He was just writing the whole time and made it into a book, which is impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
is it more like a happy kind of vibe, a little bit more, like more stern lessons,
Life lessons, right?
Yeah. How would you kind of describe
Like a brief synopsis of
the vibe? How would you
Yeah.
describe the vibe of the book?
I'll say it's just like a pot of gumbo, man. In the beginning, you got the childhood memories, just growing up around your siblings, your relatives, just kind of just peeling back, just the fun times. And then, just like in anybody's life, you have some hurdles that come in your life. Sometimes you have no control over it. You just go through the motions of it. It's you got times you're gonna laugh, you got times you're gonna cry, you got times that you're gonna be like, damn, like how did he get through all that? Yeah, it's one of those types of books.
And the caller call in, we're gonna give a book away. Caller, I guess we're
That's
gonna do
amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna give a book away, you guys. We gotta get a song in, cuz. And so hold tight and we'll be back with you, man. Hey, we're
All right.
excited about this book and excited that you did come on the show.
I want to hear some of the bits in it. For
Absolutely. So
Yeah, you got
we'll
to-
be right back, guys, with Arthur Darian Jackson in the building. Peace on the streets. Come on. Arthur Darian Jackson in the building. You must speak about this. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, man. We appreciate you guys. You guys are helping our youth change the game of society. We love you guys. So Darian Jackson right now is a publisher. He was born on December 24th in Memphis. He came from a family of two siblings, a twin sister and a little sister. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Graduated from Ridgeway High School and also Southwest Tennessee Community College. His major is accounting and business and administration. He lived pretty much of his 20s in Memphis until the age of 27, when he left Memphis and started a career in transportation as a CDL driver. That is a big deal right now, especially in Florida.
Yeah.
They make really great money, by the way. It's a great occupation.
Right.
Since then, he's accumulated years in growth and experience on the road. Also, he has completed acting and modeling school from John Casablanca and book pub certification through advocate course, which is insane. By the way, John Casablanca has been around for years.
Uh-huh.
And I'm talking about like 30 years plus.
Really?
I got signed to them at 13 years old. So that's back in the day
Okay.
from Queens, still going on right now.
Nice.
So, ladies and gentlemen, author, publisher, Darian Jackson.
Yes, sir. That resume is impressive,
Come on.
cuz.
Glad to be back, y'all. I'm glad to be back, man.
Yes. So within the book, how your siblings feel about it?
My sisters, they pretty cool. They was supportive about it. The book basically tells my perspective growing up. With my mom. So I'm only telling my story.
Okay.
They have their story as well, but only they can tell their own story and their own perspective.
Had you talked to them about doing their own story?
That's the plan, man. We all have a story to tell, and my ultimate goal is for all of us to put out our own versions of our book, detailing our experiences growing up with our mom, and what they have gone through. Because I put out this book to inspire a lot of young men, to inspire everybody really, but most importantly, young men.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs to be inspired, and I feel like my sisters definitely have that story to tell to kind of like inspire this up and coming generation.
Cause at one time, yeah, we know your mom was missing,
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
and
Well,
they found her.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, he found her. I was so man when I seen those pictures with him and with his mom. Cause how long mom was missing? Freak cuz was missing.
she was missing, I'd say roughly about 3 or 4 years.
No
What?
way.
And no one knew where she was at.
Well, may I ask what happened?
Well, my mom, she was diagnosed bipolar and schizophrenic. She developed that later on in her young adult life. I don't know if she had it while she was young, but just talking to relatives or whatever, they said she did, but we didn't really see that until she was of age, of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she had those mental issues. So, she I'll say over time it got worse. With people that has those type of illnesses, it is medication for them.
Right.
But due to the mental health institution and how everything is set up nowadays, you can't really force a person to go in and get counseling or seek help or whatever. They have to admit that they do have a problem, and then they have to volunteer to go in and seek some type of attention. So she went into plenty of mental institutions, but she didn't stay in that long, and she was reluctantly unable to like kind of get better. So as years progressed, it got worse and worse and worse. So what she told me, honestly, when I did finally reconnect with her, she was in Memphis, and she just made up in her mind that she just wanted to get up and leave. So she packed all her stuff.
Wow.
Got a U-Haul, rented a U-Haul, and she headed to Albuquerque, New
What?
Mexico.
Yeah, that's what I found. That's what I seen. Is that she was in Mexico
By herself?
all the time.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
Huh? Wow.
Yeah, she drove all by herself.
How did they find her?
The hospice out there, they contacted me through Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah, I was on the road, and I was just I think I was on break or something, and I had got a notification on my phone, and it was this lady. She told me who she was and where she works, and she said, hey, my mom said that she wanted to reach out to me first. Surprisingly, because the last time we did talk, I was in a dark place. Life wasn't going well for me.
Right.
I was kind of like boggled down with bills. I was trying to, at the time, get into the military, but I had a couple of health problems which kind of hindered me from getting in. I was borderline high blood pressure, so I had health problems. Like I said, life itself was just not going the way I planned. So
right.
When she did see me that last time, I kind of was just not in a good mood, and we had our kind of
differences.
Differences, and that was that. And so years went by, and she told the hospice lady, I want to reach out to my son because I'm concerned about him.
Whoa.
Man.
Nice.
Wow.
So
She's telling them
Right.
that she's worried about him.
That's
Right.
right. Story.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
means
so when
that
she
she had
said
enough
that,
sense to get it.
And that's just
Say
one
again.
thing on the book, huh? I can't wait to see.
I
Can't wait to
know.
read the rest.
It was. Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
is that part in the book as well?
I don't think I put that detail in there. Maybe I did.
Mm-hmm.
I had to reread it again.
I hope
but
so,
I'm pretty
man.
sure I did.
Otherwise, we need a
But
part
yeah.
2.
That's right.
Yes,
This
sir.
could be like a trilogy. It could be a series. It could lead to something.
Yeah, a movie.
And yeah, I mean, this is something
A,
different.
a son's love, you know.
Yeah, like I said, it's a pot of gumbo. You gonna get everything. Everything wasn't peaches and cream, you know. So I just wanted to just be very transparent, be real, you know, give something that you know, somebody can read and kind of be motivated and uplifted. 'Cause
Yes.
It was, you know, times I was down and out. Plenty of times I, you know, was to a point of like deep depression. Plenty of times I wanted to just kind of give up on life and, you know, just kind of go downhill to the point of no return. But yeah, each and every day I used to always just think about my mama, man, and
I bet.
you know, yeah.
Especially
I
like
always
you,
think about it.
you know she's out here. We don't know where she's at because it bothered the whole family because we was all concerned. You know, we was, hey,
Yeah.
where's Freaka? Where she's at? And so when I did see the pictures, I mean, I was so excited. And it was like a great reunion
She-
when you found her. You
She was
know.
there by herself.
Was she by herself? Cause
Yeah, she was. You know, the funny thing about most mentally ill people is they are functionable.
okay.
Yeah.
It just comes to the point when they're triggered. That's when you see a different side of that person.
Mm.
But you know, she was able to, of course, you know, drive to New Mexico on her own. She was able to like go to grocery stores and get her groceries. She was able to, you know, pay her own bills.
Was she
She
working?
was functionable. It's just, you know, they have that switch. It can just go
Right.
on and off.
Yeah.
And you know, actually, when I went out there, man, her apartment was like maybe 3 or 4 minutes away from the grocery store. So we walked to the grocery store, and it's like my mama just had that type of charisma where she can get along with anybody. She can talk to anybody.
Mm.
She can get anybody to believe whatever she's telling them. And you know, when we went into the grocery store, like all the employees knew her. You know,
Wow.
all
What?
walks of life. Everybody had so much good things to say
Oh,
about
boy.
her. It was all respect, and I'm like, man, like, how does she do it? She's always been like that, though.
Mm.
Always.
Mental illness is hard to deal with. You know, it's difficult. Part
So-
of it is that it's like somebody will be okay,
Right.
and then one moment they like completely switch.
So they have
on
their
you.
own trigger. Everybody has their own trigger. You can't
Yeah.
really prevent it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to work around. You know, that's why there's specialists for it to try and help them out because it's small things. You know, can just trigger them, and they
Right.
can have an episode, and there's variety and scale within how that trigger can set them off, and it's hard, man. It's hard. It's like mental illnesses is one of like my biggest fears, like things like Alzheimer and
Right.
things like that, where your mind deteriorates or like you start like just losing your cognitive ability. It is terrifying.
And that's what they say. Once you get older, it's still good to keep your mind active. They say like some people still work, older people still work. They say and they even exercise or whatever
Yeah.
to keep their mind.
Yes.
Reading,
It only makes sense.
It does.
chess, go.
Yeah.
We got to
Things
get
like
another
that.
song in, you guys, and we're gonna come back, you guys,
Woo!
with Arthur, the one and only
Darian
Darian
Jackson.
Let's go.
Hey, man, I'm feeling good. Like I said, I just appreciate the opportunity of being on Peace on the Streets radio, man. Just
Uh-huh.
Giving the opportunity to, share my book. Hopefully I inspire others to, just be great in life, man, and, just go from there, man. Sky's the limit. Anything is possible.
Ooh, come on.
Anything is possible once
Come
you
on.
put your mind, heart, and soul and God in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Faith is a huge part.
Oh my God,
I
man.
mean, honestly, it makes you stronger.
Got to keep God in your life, man. You got to keep God in your life. Honestly, if it wasn't for God and, just me staying close to him, I don't know where I would be in my life.
Right.
Honestly. I
Right.
can honestly say that.
It's a big
God.
part. It's a big part. Your faith is so important in your life. You know what I'm saying? Your faith. You have
It's
to
a
have-
huge part, Prince. It helps you not want to give up. I'm just being real.
Right.
It helps you stay clear of your mission and your vision, and also all those things that are around you that are stopping you, which
Yeah.
you could call it the devil, you could call it bad vibes, whatever you want to call it. That right there will come to you because it wants you to stop.
Right.
And that's what you must stay focused.
Well, they said that's what the devil's job is, to kill, steal,
and destroy. Yeah, absolutely.
That is his
On everything.
main purpose,
That's
on
it.
everything. Relationship, family, whatever. Even with Peace on the Street. You know he hate Peace
Come
on
on.
the Street. We bringing peace.
That
on the
fool
street.
tried to get in. We kicked that fool out.
We done kicked a lot of devils out of here.
You ain't
Oh
wrong,
my
you ain't
goodness, we've
wrong.
had a lot of devils come through here with a bunch of devilish things. But what's my thing, Mimi? Did I say
90
Give
days.
90.
Thank you. You know.
I know it by heart at this point.
He literally said give him 90 days, like a probation period, on everybody that touches your life. So listen to this, because this is insightful, because you really taught me how to change my way of like being with people. So the new people in your life, give them 90 days.
Yeah.
By then you'll know their character and you know what they're trying to get at, and that's how you know if they're genuine or not.
Remember the guys that came through said he gonna have all those millionaires
To
and all
us,
that?
we had investors approach us.
Yeah.
We had all this like Prince clear them out. They were,
Man, give it 90 days.
come on, that's real talk. That's real talk.
You know, I've been through so much in my life, man. 90 days. Let's see where you're going to be at in 90 days.
Friendship, boyfriend, girlfriend, all of it.
All
All
of
of
it. Yeah, 90
Business.
days. Now, we have a lot of people that's listening in, tuning in. We have
That's right.
people listening in from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
All the family listening in, Darian.
Come on.
Any you want to say, give a shout out to whoever you like to give a shout out to, the family. Now is your time to shine, brother.
Hey, man, big shout out, first and foremost, to God. After that is my family, my wife, Ernestine Jackson. She's listening as well. My baby
Hey, Miss
girl.
Jackson.
Hey!
And congratulations on the baby.
Yeah! Happy Mother's Day!
Yeah. You the
Can't
bomb.com.
nobody tell me nothing, man. It's
Come on.
a beautiful feeling being a father, man.
Come
So,
on.
But
Beautiful feeling.
I heard you did something that most fathers don't get a chance to do. Kind of explain that to us, Darian, as far as you taking off work.
Say again.
About how you was able to take off work and spend time with your child as it was
And
born.
he's doing it on his own.
Oh, yeah. So, of course, I filed the FMLA, but they granted me, 3 months off. So, that's a true big blessing. And then also, just being in a good financial position to be off. I've heard stories. Most guys, they have the kid, and within, I'll say, 2 to maybe even 4 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks, they back at work, and that's a lot of strain on the mother. So it's just a big blessing to just be off at that amount of time, still having the finances to take care of everything, and help my wife at the same time. It's a lot of stuff that she's recovering from, after having a baby, like most women.
Yes.
So, I just want to be there,
Of course.
100%. So,
You don't want to miss out on those times either. It's, it's
not
special
at all,
moments.
man.
Absolutely.
Not at all.
And see, guys, think about it, that women can have maternity leave and so can men. So think about it and come in on it. It's so important to be in their lives at such a young age. It's so important. It's so harsh to give them away,
Right.
have someone else watch them, and they're newborns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just really doesn't really work. No one would treat them the way you do. They need the mom.
Yep.
They need the dad.
Yes. And even with the raising of the children, it's important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? that
But
dads
society has
them-
got us all working. Mom
Yeah.
and dad, everybody needs to work in the house.
Oh, yeah.
That's here, at least in America.
Right.
But find a way, collaborate, like think of a plan to keep them home and not be raised by babysitters or after school programs, because that's when a lot of them lose themselves.
And let's
lose
get the
their way.
government to give us some dang paternal leave
Yeah.
Yeah, for the men.
and some maternal leave too, because it's not
That's
even
real.
mandated.
It's not. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because in other countries it is.
Yeah, and a lot of it is
Yes.
mandated.
Is it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like maternal leave, I think it's like in some countries as much as like 6 months.
Yes.
Wow.
They could be out for a year at home.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a fact. I honestly found that out maybe a week or two ago, and I'm like, man, America is sort of backwards.
America is just all
100%
capitalism.
backwards.
Well,
It's
Yeah,
just money.
yeah,
Do you
it's
know when a
money.
woman has a baby, in Florida at least, they want you to come home, go to work, come back in a week tops. A week.
A week?
I had twins So it was an emergency, and they wanted me back in 4 days, guys.
Come on.
After having it, and I was still in the hospital.
Yeah.
And then they fired me, and I was there for 8 years.
Yeah.
What you say?
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
that right to work state for you.
Yep.
That's what that right to work law is. They can just fire you
For
for
no,
whatever.
just because, and I had doctor's notes to prove that, and they still did it because they can.
You're still in the
Uh-huh.
hospital.
Yeah, they're
with
still in the
bracelet.
hospital. Like the doctors were astounded. So
Yeah.
what I did was I wrote everything down and I see how they were treating me, and I actually went against them on a case and I won.
Nice.
So I won for 3 years. But write things down.
Uh-huh.
Be quiet about it.
Right.
Because you
Shut
can
your
catch them
mouth.
at their own game, what
Right.
they're trying to do to the women. That's horrific.
Yeah,
That's
no,
crazy.
it's messed up out here. Not to derail too much, but I got injured in like a small car accident, and I was working, and they were like, no, that's fine, but you still have to come in. I was in sales, right? So they're like, no, it's okay, but you still gotta come in. It's all right. I'm like, dude, who's gonna buy from me? I have like I got like a busted eye.
Oh,
I'm still in
right.
crutches.
Oh,
I have
no.
like the
Man.
boot on me. They're like, obviously nobody's buying for me for like a couple days. They're like, your
Mhm.
numbers are too low, bro. We gotta let you
let
go.
you
That's how it happened.
I was like, you guys suck.
They,
Yeah.
they set you up for failure.
Yeah, I was like,
Unbelievable.
can I please just stay home for a week? Nah.
So he's doing it
Sorta
so well.
Sounds like the story of mine was kind of led me into truck driving. You know, I was into logistics in Memphis for like 8 years while I was going to school at the time. And the job that I was at, I think I was there for like 3 years. So it was during peak season, which was around the wintertime, like in December. And I was involved in a work-related accident. You know, one of the forklift drivers actually ran and struck one of the forks on the side of my foot.
Ooh.
Jesus.
And so luckily I had a steel-toe boot.
Whoa.
Okay.
You know, had I not had a steel-toe boot, I don't know how my foot would be.
Wow.
Busted.
But, you know, by the grace of God, he just punctured my foot. So
Okay.
I was off for work for maybe like a month and a half, but the doctor was saying, you know, your foot is actually healing a little too quick because you're supposed to be out for like 4 to 6 months. So my job, they really kind of just railroaded me in a nutshell.
Mhm.
So I came back to work on light duty. So I was doing a bunch of paperwork. And then at that point, how they handled my whole workman's comp situation, because all I got out the situation was like $480. And I was supposed to get more than that.
Sound
But
like me.
It was, a lot
Wow.
it was a lot of dirty stuff going on. So I just said, you know, to hell with warehousing, to hell with logistics. I need to change the scenery. I need to change the career.
Uh-huh.
So that's what kind of led me into truck driving. I went on Indeed. I was looking for jobs. All I kept saying was trucking jobs, and put in the application with C.R. England, which was the first company I started with. Had a phone interview, passed the interview. They was like, okay, when you ready to go? So give me
Nice.
2 weeks because I got to pay off a ticket. I didn't pay off. So after that, man, that was my journey of truck driving. And, you know, I ain't looked back. I
And
ain't,
that's
I ain't looked back since.
And
said,
that's
like-
Wow.
Go ahead, man.
You said like 10 years you've been driving, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's been 10 years so far? Wild time
Well,
go back
I
fast.
started in, I'll say in the middle of 2014. So yeah, going on 9 or 10
Look at
years.
that.
Yeah.
Hmm. And that's a big demand for the young guys that don't know the way and think about the profession. Try truck driving. I mean, right now, they saying it's so hard to find truck drivers.
Well, it's hard to find them with CDLs. So I'm just saying, if you're going to take that kind of occupation, you must go for the gusto. You must get your CDL. It opens up so many doors. There's so many things you can do.
Yes.
It's a huge benefit to have.
That's right. So we got to wrap this interview up, cuz
Ow!
now's the time to give out your shout-outs
Come
and
on.
tell us how we can get your book.
That's right.
And all that good stuff.
Okay, big shout out to the Moore family. Big shout out to the Jackson family.
Yay, yay.
Big shout out to my wife. You know, special thanks to everybody that's listening in on the interview. I've been, you know, promoting this for like the last couple of days. So
Yes.
it's just a blessing for anybody that's out there listening. People I know, I don't know. To get my book, you can actually go on Instagram. My Instagram name is driven_ambition87. And on my bio is a link that gets you to go to Amazon, and it'll directly send you to the link for my book, and that's where you can either purchase the ebook or the hard copy.
Awesome.
Nice.
I was just following you on Instagram.
That's
right
what's like.
now.
So if you guys miss him,
Right.
go to our Instagram page. Go to peaceonthestreets.com or Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Must find him. He's tagged. You can't miss him in case you just missed us right now.
Yep,
So this
yep.
is amazing.
And next
Yeah.
week we will be posting some of the highlights from tonight. We'll make sure to include you, and maybe we can give away another book.
Oh, good.
Yes, sir. We will. That's right.
All right.
And one more person you got to give a shout out to, cuz Angela Moore. She the one that told me. She said, "Hey, you got to get in contact." That's my
Referral?
sister.
Wow.
She said, "Hey, man, get in contact."
My
Nice.
cousin gonna get me for that, but
I got your back, sis. I thought about you, baby, because she was like, she had been telling me, "Hey, Darren, man, she loves my sister loves Darren,
Wow.
and, you know, and so she was like, hey, you got to get him in. He got his book.
That's amazing.
And so at the time we was busy, so I was like, oh, I got a chance to call him and talk to him. I said,
Nice.
man, we got to get you on the show. He went to go get featured. And then he filled out all the paperwork that it takes to come on Peace
Come
on
on,
the
guys.
Street, and he done it.
That's
And I'm
what I'm
so
talking about.
proud of you. And he done everything that we asked him to do. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate you, cuz, and we're gonna keep you on, keep you coming on, and anything upcoming, you let us know, man.
That's right.
We will love promote it.
Absolutely.
I think it's over.
Literally, I'm laughing back here. You probably heard me on the mic. Chris is getting in back there. You guys gotta watch. Listen, if you guys are not watching this, go to peaceonthestreets.com. You must watch us live right now. You can see Prince in his little studio back there.
That's
I
right.
be so looking forward to Wednesdays.
Come on.
Because it's still amazing to me that we're able to play our artists that we like music.
Yeah.
Facts.
You
The
know-
freedom to be able to, the freedom of speech, to speak, to how we feel. It's like,
Yeah.
isn't it a beautiful thing?
It is
It
nice.
is.
It is nice.
And
We
to
can
be-
come. Go ahead.
Yeah, and to be a DJ, to get a chance to even play Michael Jackson sometimes.
Come on.
We grew up liking Mike, you know what I'm
Of
saying,
course.
or whatever.
Yep.
So now I'm able to play the music and stuff like that.
Anything
So
we wish.
it's
No
still
boundaries.
overwhelming to me sometimes.
Wow, really?
nice.
And speaking of overwhelming, we have the one and the only
This is
Angela.
What's up, Miss Overwhelming?
Yeah, well, see, now I'm feeling myself again.
Yay! So,
Awesome.
ladies and gentlemen that just tuned in, Miss Angela is the CEO of Miss International World, Miss Latina International. Every week,
Yes.
she gives us the highlights and updates of what's going on in the organization, which there is a lot, and there's like miracles in the making.
Yes.
So, Miss Angela, give us the updates. Tell us what's going on.
And welcome to Peace on the Street. Welcome back.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, we got let's start with the surprise for Prince tonight.
Woo!
Oh, boy.
Come on.
Okay, well, I got an email today. Actually, last week I was asked to be on the Global Initiative, which I really like because these are with world leaders. I
Whoa.
mean, prime ministers and world leaders
Yeesh.
from every different country.
Wow.
And they've asked me to support it. What I like about it, it's a great platform for even Miss International World because it works with they're trying to stamp out poverty for children
Whoa.
and just poverty in general around the world. And also it works with climate change,
Huh.
which happen to be two of my favorite platforms anyway. So I'm going to be working with that. But then I got an email today from the Biden-Harris campaign, of course, because the president's going to run again in 2024. And
Of
I
course.
was asked to be on that campaign with even a couple of senators here in Florida. So I had to put down my acceptance or write a letter. So I said, well, under one condition, I said that I have to be on Air Force One and have Mr. Air Force One with me.
Oh, that's it. That's the affirmation, Prince.
There it go.
Come on. Showtime.
We're on
I
our
said,
way.
well, if he don't go, I'm out.
This is amazing. But
Yeah.
prime ministers, not those are like the game changers.
Right.
They make it
Yeah,
happen.
so Prince, you definitely you definitely going to get on that Air Force One yet?
Yes.
Well, you know what
thank
we're gonna
you.
do? We're gonna get some exclusive uptowns, which is called Air Force Ones. We call
That's
them uptowns
right.
in New York, and it's gonna say "Peace on the streets."
That's right.
Prince going to be up there. He's going to do his whole show from Air Force One.
Come
Whoa,
on!
let's do it.
I
That's
would
what's
just
up.
die.
And I'm gonna have I got to have my team with me now.
Oh my
I ain't
gosh.
going by myself.
Exactly. But we got a lot of good updates. As a matter of fact, on my Facebook page tonight, and even on LinkedIn, we are now going to start the Miss International World Global Store. Britt is gonna have her cosmetics up there. We're gonna have our sunscreen products. We actually have a Miss International World tote bag now, coffee mugs, and we're doing this so that it could help a lot of the ladies, raise funds for entry fees and things like that. And so we've got that, and then two of our ladies, as a matter of fact, were just entered in the Supermodels Unlimited contest. It's called the Couture Room. And if one of them is an overall winner, they will have a billboard in New York City featured on themselves, and they'll be on the cover of the magazine. But we have three of our girls going to Virginia next month for Platform Magazine. As a matter of fact, Lamont lives right there, so Lamont will be going there as a VIP guest. And by the way, he's coming back.
Yes.
For the 2023 pageant.
Come on.
But the fashion show in Virginia is going to go live stream on Times Square while the girls are modeling.
Oh my goodness!
What?
This is a beautiful thing.
Wow.
And they're sending these guys out to do some big work.
Yeah.
Well connected.
Excuse me. Yeah. So we've got Walina going. We have a new girl, Dallas Roberts, who will be in that fashion show. Plus, you probably remember Latina Ruggiero from last year. She'll be going to that fashion.
Come on, Latina! Yes.
All right now.
Yeah. So we've got three of the ladies there, and what's great is that throughout the year, their other compensation is going to be getting billboards throughout the year in New York City, so we'll be advertised that way. And we're working with a great new designer called Ferret Campos out of New York City. He's a New York City designer, and I believe he's going to be doing our custom swimwear for the pageant. In fact, he sent me a couple of designs today, which I love, not necessarily the pattern, but just the idea of the design. So we've got a lot going on. In fact, Juliana and Marianne Lobo will be featured in Men's Luxwear magazine coming out very soon. We just did a shoot with them.
Nice.
My favorite ladies.
Nice.
And we've got three girls from India that will be coming into the pageant. We've got girls coming in from Uruguay. So, and this year the pageant, instead of saying return to the Copa, it's going to be Miss International World and Margaritaville present the Copa Cabana.
I like it.
All right now. Hey.
Oh my gosh, we're going to be surrounded by greatness. These ladies actually travel, guys, from different countries because they live in their countries. And they come over here to compete. What an amazing experience. Miss International World, I'm going to tell you guys real quick. You might not understand the logistics, but this is an international accredited organization. It's not just the organizations that are around the way and are not credited, or it's or an experiment to get to the high standards. This is the high standards. When you get here, you've made it to the high caliber of an organization. So that's why they get invested so hard. They're all involved so deeply, and the network is insane. Like, that's why the women work so hard. It's Prince. I've never been around people that actually encourage each other, and there's no animosity. I never.
What about us?
No, you guys are dumb. You guys are different. I love my voice. No, you guys are different. I mean, pageantry world.
Well, here's another great thing is that Britt and I are going to be doing a lot of work together. And as a matter of fact, Britt, she has a way where we could actually, she's got some programs. We could actually start our own magazine called the Queen's Magazine. And now, I don't know, Mimi, if you remember, but O'Neill Costa used to be the CEO for Bahama Paradise Cruise Line.
Yes, I do. I think I saw him on the TV recently.
Now,
but
O'Neill did step down from the position, but he is still an owner, of the cruise line, and he owns some fabulous resorts here in Florida. I mean,
insane.
In fact, in Port St. Lucie, it used to be a Club Med. It is now becoming the Sandpiper Bay.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's going through a phenomenal renovation. Also, he does own, there's a beautiful place down in Isla Morada. So we're probably going to do some shoots at these particular hotels. He's offered to do that. And Maria, for a Platform magazine, the global winner, and then the new girl is actually going to get the cover of that. Where Britt's going to direct the shoot and do all the
What?
makeup.
Go ahead, Britt.
And then this Friday on my show, my guest is Al Otero, and we are going to
Come on.
talk about the convention coming to Puerto Rico in October.
Puerto Rico!
Yes,
Insane.
I mean, God willing, I'll be able to make that journey. I must go to the island. You guys know I've never been to the island.
No,
No.
way.
Yep,
Never
I'm Puerto
been to
Rican.
Puerto Rico.
I was I was supposed to go up freaking yo.
Almost had an aneurysm.
I was supposed to be there 14 years old, but
Yeah.
back then it was so corrupted that my parents would not allow me to go. So as an adult, I'm going.
You gotta go.
I'm
Yeah,
going.
it's beautiful.
Exactly. Well, two people we definitely need to get on your show is definitely this designer that I'll be working with for Platform Magazine, Ferret Campos. We're going to love him. He's got a sense of humor. And then I think another person that we should get on your radio show, and you will love him, and he could definitely help you with some publicity, okay, is another guy by the name of Joe Granda. Now, Joe Granda has Granda Entertainment. And he's worked with Emilio Estefan, Gloria Estefan.
Oh,
He's worked with all the
man.
biggies. And the guy is very well known and very well connected in the entertainment industry. In fact, several years ago, I put together a birthday party for him at Bongos when the Estefans owned Bongos.
Insane.
Wow.
Miss Angela, I gotta go to these things. Insane. He's a
Now,
veteran.
This year for the pageant, unfortunately, Tito can't make it, but we're going to have David Luca and his orchestra.
I get to meet him.
Ooh-wee.
Insane.
Yeah. Now, David Luca, some of the guys that he's gotten there right now are with El Gran Combo.
Whoa.
And you know, El Gran Combo, they rock. Okay? They're like the best of the best.
It's
I mean, I saw
mainstream.
David Luca a few weeks ago at Arts Garage, and I am telling you,
Oh, I can't wait.
my God, that show. And the way we're going to do the show this year on, Maria gave me an idea, which I think is going to be amazing. We're going to do a full Copacabana show on the ship with the orchestra, the girls in them Copacabana outfits, you know, the Vegas outfits, with all of Miss Latina contestants coming out around.
So I can wear it. Yes. It's gonna be history, guys.
Sounds
Watch.
like a good time.
History
So,
making.
Prince, you better get that tuxedo ready.
Come on.
Hey, I'm getting it ready. I'm getting my my card ready.
It's a big deal to be able to use the name Copacabana. If you guys don't understand, this is like old school back in the day where it was like a legendary club where all the famous people performed at. It wasn't just a club; it's a venue. Like it was huge, and this was like back then when we were growing. We really don't know too much about it, but we heard of it.
Yeah.
And now it disappeared, but it's coming back, and they have the rights to it. So for Miss International World to be able to represent, for us to come out, to us to say the name, is a
And
huge change.
I'm thinking for the swimwear competition this year, we come out to Barry Manilow's Copacabana.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yay!
Because they have the rights to it, and she said, Angela, turn this around. Do something different. Make it a full production. And then I'm sitting there saying, oh, it's right in the palm of my hand. The Copacabana.
Absolutely.
Production. There we go. Okay? So it will definitely be, this is going to be full orchestrated, okay?
Whoa.
Really full orchestrated. And what we're going to do is this year, with the video, we're going to bring in different video people. So while they're filming, they're going to be editing at the same time.
Come on.
So
Sweet.
on Sunday morning when we pull back in port, I could say, Mimi, you already got a video, and you could use that on Peace on the Street.
Already.
Nice.
It'll already be done by the time we hit port.
Awesome.
It's a beautiful thing. This will be my fourth tour
Yeah,
with Miss
wow.
International World.
Is it?
Yeah, Prince. They've been in our lives for over 3 years. And since day one, I've been on media tour with them.
Okay.
The last pageant, I competed. And this one, again. So I'm excited to compete again. Come on.
Yes, sir. You gonna get it this time.
I'm telling you this, with the ladies, I fall in love. So I'm willing and I want to be there. And I love competition.
Yeah.
And so I can't wait to compete. And it's so much fun.
yeah.
Let's go. We're bringing it
Yeah,
home
well,
this year.
We got Mimi already registered on the ship. She's in there.
Yeah. And believe it or not, I'm like really good friends with the winner. So it's not about that. I'm telling you right now. It's about the energy, about like knowing it's like a sisterhood. And I was just with her in Miami. And I adore her. So it's just a beautiful thing. It's a sisterhood. I'm very
Oh,
honored to be
here's-
here.
here's another thing. We're working with a girl at one of the models at for Platform magazine, and this is the girl we're considering about doing. Because we need a Miss International World United States. This is the girl we're thinking about crowning.
This
They
is
brought her to my
WOKD.
attention. Okay, but listen to this. She works in the White House.
Oh my gosh,
Really?
guys.
What?
These ladies are so smart.
Wow.
Yeah. So now, here's the thing. If she works in the White House, now you know Prince will be going to the White House.
Yes, indeed.
She's claiming it.
I'm
been
loving
saying
it. Love
Yeah.
it.
So
I'll lose
that's
my
what
mind.
I'm saying. And now, if we get a girl that's in the White House, just think about all the things we could do.
Oh, forget it. Forget about it.
Yeah.
I'm
Forget
saying.
about it.
Hopefully you get in there. Trump's not there. I'll be so stink to get there when he's there.
I'll be all right with it.
It'll just stink though. Just too much.
The show we're actually doing in Virginia, they are actually going to have some people from the White House at that show.
Whoa.
Now, Lamont is going to that show as a VIP, and Lamont works in the government, so
Whoa.
there we are.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
We're getting
grateful.
closer.
He's our friend. He actually checks up on us. He just did yesterday, Prince. So he's amazing.
Nice.
He's one of the hosts on the ship for Miss International World. Every single year, he's a host.
Nice.
He's a beast in acting. He's been in several movies, shows, TV shows, series, and
on.
commercials.
Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Stephen Harvey will be back.
Yes, Stephen Alvey, guys. If you don't know, he's a professional violinist. He's
Okay.
been on our show.
Yeah.
he's a beast. He brings. I wish I can show really explain it more better, but he is entertaining.
Yeah.
He bring. Let me say this. I've never seen anybody doing this. He has a light up like neon violin.
Sick.
Right.
That lights up and just period
Wow.
LED in the dark. He comes in with light up glasses,
Come on.
shoes,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
jacket,
So-
beast.
This is definitely going to be a full production show this year.
Come on, and he's a Latino. I'm just saying, come on.
Nice.
Now, what's
And we
the
are
what's the
gonna be
dates
getting-
again?
I heard the
That's a good
other day
question.
we are going to be getting the big stage back on ship.
That's it. I am so excited about this. So that means that Miss Angela, that means we're moving on up. They're trusting us even more. We're getting bigger things. Miss Angela, what are the dates for this competition? What the question was asked.
Competition October 20th to the 22nd.
All right,
There
all
we
right.
go.
If you guys want to be on this ship, let us know.
Yeah.
Seriously, all the listeners listening right now, if you guys want to be on this ship, you can. The public, it's open to the public, and they follow us.
Mm-hmm.
They show up, and they send me videos. They find me and send it to me. Insane. So if you want to be a part on go on the ship, go through us. We can help you to make it smoother and maybe a little bit less than what you'll pay outside. But
Yeah.
you'll be part of the organization, meaning that the things that we do where we go, you'll be a part of that. That's insane. Sometimes we skip the lines on things because
Wow.
it's catered to the organization on the ship.
Sweet.
It's a beautiful thing.
So, Miss Angela, give us all your contact information. How can we find you?
Right.
Well, you can always find me on Peace on the Streets every Wednesday night.
Yup.
Okay.
Come on.
Definitely on Instagram on the Miss International World. On my personal Facebook page, Angela Basilico. And anywhere Air Force One is, you'll find me there.
I know that's right.
It's such a beautiful journey, Miss Angela. Again, thank you for being with us, like 3 years with us in our lives here on Peace on the Streets Radio. We adore you.
Yeah.
We love you. Thank you for making a change in all of our lives. We'll never forget you. Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of Miss International World, Miss Latina International.
Mrs. Angela.
Tune in every Wednesday for the updates.
Right here on Peace on the Street, y'all.
Woo! So big shout out to Isaac Coleman, by the way, a Full Sail intern.
Yeah, yeah.
He is a sports journalist and he's killing it right now. So we appreciate you. He gave us great highlights. Just speaking about sports, let's get in. So we're following up with Isaac Coleman.
Right.
So Henry Ruggs, you know who he is, guys. Remember him, right?
Uh-huh.
He's actually the former Raiders player, Las Vegas Raiders. If you don't recall, last year he was involved in a car accident which was fatal,
Right.
and it killed 2 individuals.
He going to jail.
He was going over 100, and I'll tell you right now, because I could not believe how fast this car goes. He was going over 156 miles per hour.
Yeah.
He hit these guys, a female and a male, and unfortunately they burned to death in their car.
Wow.
And the video was released because there was a bystander that was actually filming it and released the video. So we all see it right now. You can look at it. Henry Ruggs is officially now going to be sentenced. He was found guilty to 3 to 10 years behind bars for killing the female and the male.
Right.
he was only 23 years old when he
Right.
got in his car accident. Now he's 24. So now he's going for his sentencing. Now, what do you think about things like this? Because he was drunk, he was drinking and driving, he was with his girlfriend, and he was passed out, but he was sitting up. So I was a little conflicted about that. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, he was drinking and driving. He caused this accident. He killed him.
Yeah. And you know, I look at it, he's 23. He's 23. I look at how young he is, but he made a bad decision. He had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? And those are things of drinking and driving. You know, you can have a bad day. And then he probably was, you know, he an NFL player, got tons of money. You really can't hardly tell him nothing, you know. But, you know, at 23 years old, that's so young. And then they have that much money. And to be rolling that hard, you know, his life ain't over. Now he has a testimony.
Yeah.
Because what don't break us, make us.
Right.
You know, so.
And it's 3 to 10, so he might get 3, and he could.
That's what he
still
gonna
has
get.
a chance.
Yeah, he going to get 3 years. And then, you know, he'll be able to get out and hopefully he can be a mentor. That's what the NFL does. They take people that was that was on the top of their game or whatever, and then when they make a mistake, now they can come in and talk to the young guys. It's this guy named, and he played for your team.
But Dallas?
Yes.
Come on.
His name was Hollywood Henderson. He was the first flamboyant player for Dallas.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, when they was losing, and what got him fired, and the coach was real strict, Tom Landry, he was very strict, straight up and down. You know, but I liked the Cowboys because how they looked it. Back then, they was totally different.
Yes.
They had some flash to them,
Yeah.
you know, but I liked the Steelers too. So I liked the players. But anyway, Hollywood Henderson was the Deion Sanders of the team.
Oh, wow.
Flamboyant.
Yeah.
And so they was losing.
Controversy. Had it.
And the coach fired. That's how he got fired. So he went through all his millions and he blowed it. He blowed all his money, became broke. And guess what happened to him? He won the lottery.
What?
He got another chance. He won $22 million.
What?
And now he's telling the young kids that play for Dallas, you guys, look at me. I was the most flamboyant guy in the NFL. I became broke because I blew all my money. God gave me another chance. But now he tried to teach them that because they have a class that they have to attend when you're an NFL player to get the money. The do's and the don'ts.
I'm really happy to hear this.
And you know what a lot of times the guys are doing?
Yeah, just sitting there.
Man, I ain't thinking about nothing this. I'm finna go get me some jewelry now. I'm finna go buy me a big Mercedes now. They thinking right now how they gonna blow their money because you look at it, telling the 22-year-old now, and he got all that money to
Right.
to save.
Right. I mean, but I say this, though.
know.
I mean, we all know drinking and driving is wrong. So
Yeah,
it is
right.
what it is, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it definitely, you were with somebody, so why didn't you guys kind of collaborate on this?
150 miles per
Yeah,
hour.
he was with his girlfriend, so it would have been nice if they both would have talked about it.
But you know what? Them cars that they drive, it'll hit 100 and some miles an hour before you even know it.
Right.
It's not like mine. Mine starts shaking at 80.
You know what, though? I'm surprised that they selling vehicles like this on the road.
That's what
that
I'm
goes
saying.
over 120?
Exactly. Why?
You sure that's not a race car? You should keep that on the racetrack.
Yeah, it's some cars, but I'm sure it was a fast car. I wonder what kind of car was it.
I got to look that up.
But, you know, I feel sorry for everybody, him, his family, because, you know, he had people that he was taking care of.
Yes.
A lot of people got to move out them big houses.
I know, for what
you
he's
know, I'm
delivering.
just saying, man, they got to get them cars back. Man, there's a lot of people mad at this black
That's
ass.
insane.
I'm just saying, no. Yeah, they done thought, man, you know, he got that contract. Now he finna go to jail. He can't pay nobody stuff now.
Well, I'm gonna say this. God bless your soul. You know, hopefully, I know he's probably learned from it.
Yeah.
It's a little too late.
It ain't too late.
It's too late to
I mean,
save those people. It's over.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's you can't take that back. It's over.
No, you're right.
It's
right.
horrific. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go on to actually a little bit of a lighter kind of a situation.
Okay.
So do you remember Foster Mora? And I'm gonna tell you right now his position. So 2 months. Check this out. 2 months following him, he was diagnosed with cancer.
Okay.
Free agent, tight end, Foster Mora has found a home in the NFL. He just signed to the Saints right now for a 3-year contract, $12 million deal
Nice.
with New Orleans on Wednesday. His agent announced, according to the Saints, that writer Nick Underhill, the 26-year-old, has already been cleared and suited up for the New Orleans. He was diagnosed with cancer,
What?
and he got signed.
Nice. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Come on.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We love chances.
I didn't even know that was possible, but
Yeah.
the doctors did say that he is able to, and the type of cancer that affects his immune system. So they feel like he can do it.
Okay, and then you know what happened? He had to stay in shape. 'Cause,
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of people, when they get cancer, automatically they think that's a death sentence.
Yeah.
They think it's a death sentence, but
Yep.
it's not a death sentence. You know what I'm saying? So you can fight it, but you got to be ready to fight. Some people just give up the fight, and then whatever
can
you start
imagine.
saying out of your mouth and believing in your heart, because you're thinking you're going to die and you keep saying it, guess what? The Bible tells us that, hey, whatever you say with your mouth and believe in your heart, those things will come to pass.
Come on.
So you know what I'm saying? So, hey, there is a chance after cancer. I love it.
I love it. That's a great testimony. So, you know Bob Huggins, right?
Yeah.
Who's Bob Huggins?
He's the race car driver, right?
So, yeah, so he got a $1 million salary cut suspension. Guess why?
What?
Why?
This guy right here, he used during a radio interview, he's being punished right now for using a homophobic slur twice during a radio interview early
Can't
this
do
week.
that no more.
And getting hit with a 3-game suspension and a $1 million annual salary reduction.
Dang.
For one radio interview.
Wow.
And it was an anti-gay slurs. Twice, though.
Can't be saying that.
I mean, you said it once. Shut up. You didn't catch yourself. You kept going. Duh.
So what did he say? What was the
That's
slur?
not being announced right now.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not, it's not
The
being
F
said.
Well, you
word.
can't say, you know, you're acting like a sissy.
And that's the F word.
I
I'm
think,
sure that's
I
what
think
he-
it's a little bit more
okay.
vogue,
Yeah.
vague. I mean, I
Oh,
think it's
okay.
going to be more like harsh.
Yeah. You,
To get a suspension. Because the people are going to get angry once they hear something
it's
like
not
that.
gonna be sissy. No, it's definitely the F word. He definitely dropped
okay.
that FA in there.
Yeah.
People really used to say that all the time.
They did, man.
Yeah, back in the day?
Crazy.
Yeah.
They still kind of do. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Everything was
Yeah, the
gay.
fact.
Yeah, that's it. Everything was
Everything
gay.
was
You
gay.
dance,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
dance
yeah.
funny, you're
Yeah,
gay.
yeah,
You know,
right.
yeah.
Your pants a little tight, you
You're
gay.
gay, yeah.
Your
Yeah.
hair's capped, you gay.
Yeah,
You do
man.
your eyebrows, you gay.
Right.
Oh, my God.
If you didn't get a rebound,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, we used
Straight
to
up.
say it, if we didn't get a rebound
Yeah.
playing sports,
Yeah.
you're acting like a sissy.
It was that like loose, like it was so loose.
It was so bad.
But they've tightened it up because they saying it hurts their feelings.
In the 90s is when it got really bad. In the early 2000s, because the FA word, you know, that was everything. Like I'm
Okay.
saying gay, but we used to say the FA word. You know,
Okay.
and it
Right.
was
Right.
It was OD. It really was way too much. So when
Right.
I think back, it's like I wonder if I had friends that were gay, and
no!
we're all just out here saying the most horrendous things.
Yeah.
Because we were raised and like just it wasn't like a slur like that. It was just
Yeah, we didn't see it that
like
way.
saying you're a dork or a punk or something like that.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Right.
or lame. It
Yeah,
really
lame.
just meant
It was really
lame
for
or-
that. Yeah.
yeah,
know.
man.
And who was it that?
Who knew? Like, ew.
I think it was someone's. I think it was Hillary Duff that like first brought it to like a wider audience that you shouldn't say
Whoa.
that. Like you shouldn't say things are gay. And it was like in a movie.
Interesting.
She hit a quote that was like,
Wow.
"How would you like it if someone said that girls that wear black shirts are, you know, this?" And it's like, oh
Right.
yeah, I get it. You know,
Okay,
it's so
right.
dumb that we were saying that.
Yeah.
Language has changed a lot, right?
It has.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of things you cannot say.
No, like you
Yeah.
can't call like little people midgets anymore. Remember that?
They call
Yeah.
little people.
Yeah, you have to say little people.
Yeah,
Proud.
little
But to me,
people.
that sounds worse. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's what that is. So we got next.
Yeah.
Check this out. So we got Wyclef performing at Griner's first home game.
What?
You know, remember Griner, right?
Okay.
Brittany Griner. Remember
Yeah.
her?
No,
Yeah.
okay.
She was the WNBA player that got arrested in
Okay.
Russia
Yeah, in Russia.
for having pedophilia of weed. Like, she
Yeah.
literally.
Well, it was a yeah.
No, she literally had a pen.
Yeah, we,
right.
yeah, cart.
She had a pen
Yeah.
and a little bit, and that's what she got arrested for years. She was supposed to be in prison there.
Yeah.
So
Right.
anyway, she's back home. She's gonna play her first game, so she got picked up right away. And
Nice.
WNBA still brought her back in.
Okay.
In the game, she looks great, by the way.
She's pretty good, right? I
Oh,
mean,
yes,
yeah.
she's a beast. She's huge.
She
too.
dunked in the
she's
game.
crazy tall. Yeah.
She dunks.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And she looks great. She looks healthy and happy. She's
good.
adorable.
Yeah.
So she'll be back right now in
She
Wycliffe.
cut her dreads, too.
She did.
Nice.
She always looked good. But what I'm saying is, there's gonna be a halftime performer. The NBA doesn't have that.
Nice.
For
Nice.
WNBA is bringing on Wycliffe. Come on, ladies,
Yeah.
let's go.
I
Let's go.
love it.
Let's
Nice.
go.
I'm happy to see her back and she's playing. You know, and
Yep.
I know she beat up a lot of those girls that was over to her girlfriend's
So
house.
no, I don't think she touched that.
I'm just saying.
No,
man.
she seems to
There
have
was a lot of them girls.
a
that
peaceful
coming,
soul.
We come. She in jail. We coming over. We gonna holler.
We're gonna
Make you
test
feel
out.
better. We gonna just talk to you. You know.
Yeah,
Because they
yeah.
said that Kobe wife had she been hit on by so many NBA
Oh,
players.
wait, during his season though, during him,
No, after he's gone.
I believe it.
They
Yeah.
saying, hey, Kobe, we can anything I can do for you, Vanessa.
I believe
You and
it.
the
Yeah,
children,
Yeah,
you
now
know
you're
what I'm saying?
alone and all that. I believe
Yeah,
it.
you know, come on, you cry. Oh, come on,
Here's
Kobe.
my shoulder
Yeah,
right
you go.
here.
Come
I got a
here.
broad
Yeah,
shoulder
come
for
on,
you
feel
right
like
here.
cry. Come here, girl.
Because that's when they say you're vulnerable.
Yeah,
But
so,
guys,
you
that's
know,
deep, man.
They saying a lot of his players they been hitting on her. You know,
That's
she's
Yeah.
horrific.
I'm just
to
saying.
hear.
And then they said she got a lot of money too.
Of course.
She do.
She is a
That
lot.
must have
course.
been a pretty healthy life insurance policy.
Of
You
course.
know what I
Right.
mean? She's
Yeah.
set up for the rest of her
And
life.
she sued the company with the
Did she?
She
the
did.
guy-
She sued the
because-
city,
Oh,
like
wow.
the law enforcement.
Where the guy shouldn't have did it. He shouldn't have taken off.
California.
They say he shouldn't have did it, but
Right.
the pressure of
I
Kobe
remember
saying,
that. Yeah.
"Let's go."
Yeah.
Man, you know Kobe ran that. Let's go, man.
Yeah, it's
I
hard
don't
to
want to
say
hear nothing
no.
about no fall. Just go high enough, and then once you cross past the mountain, then you go. What happened? He went so far, he got lost in the fog. He thought he went higher than the mountain, and when he took off going straight, he slammed straight into the mountain.
Yikes.
He didn't go high enough.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. That's what happened to him. But they said in that fog, it gets deep. So they said that he should have made a judgment call and saying, as a pilot, no, we can't fly in these conditions.
Right. Yeah.
But you got Kobe Bryant telling
It's-
you, I'm
Let's
ready to go, man.
Yeah, let's go. I'm
Let's
sure-
go.
I mean,
I'm
that's
sure
what we
that's
think.
tough.
We don't know.
Well-
we don't know. But I'll say this though, like now the law is changing to where those. Okay, so if you are a pilot, you have the right and control, if you're independent, to fly as you wish. You don't have to listen to air control at all.
Uh-huh.
The only ones that have to is commercial, apparently. So they have too
And
much
he was
freedom
private, that's right.
to choose when they want to
Well,
fly.
see, I watched the whole documentary of it. I watched the whole documentary of
He's
what
private,
happened with Kobe.
but that's what
want to-
happened.
Yeah,
But
he's
let's
private.
keep it. That's what
Damn.
happened with Aaliyah. With Aaliyah, God bless her soul, at 23
right.
years old. Same thing. They're private. They chose to want. It was weighing too much.
That's right.
And they still chose to.
Let's go.
But in that nature, she didn't want to fly.
Without
the
her
crew
stuff.
did. No,
Okay.
she didn't want to go on because she didn't trust it. But the crew did.
Really?
So they had to give her a pill to get sleepy to go, and she was willing to, and she did that.
Okay.
So like this is what I'm reading on the backstory of the people that were involved.
Because I know some people stayed. Some of her friends stayed. They didn't. Everybody didn't die. Some people
I'm not
stayed.
sure.
Well, I watched it. I watched the
Another
documentary.
documentary.
Yeah, I watched.
Maybe those are the guys that told the
They
story
did.
because
They
they
was
were
the one-
telling the story.
they was the
yeah.
one that told the
They were like,
story.
they said she wasn't happy with it.
Okay.
So what I'm just saying is that those guys have complete freedom to choose when they want to fly
Right.
with being independent. So that game right there, Kobe,
Yeah.
that changed the game.
Nice.
Now they're trying to change the rules.
They do. They need
For
to.
So
independent.
once
Yeah.
again, rich people have too much
Shut
freedom.
power.
Yeah.
That's right. They got the power.
They got too much power.
Yeah, man. And they've been going on a long
Sheesh.
time because they got their own private planes.
Yup.
Not even at their own private planes. They have
Yeah.
planes that they can rent. If you have enough, I think
True.
it's like about $180,000
True.
a year,
Yeah.
and you can have your own plane
Man,
with a pilot, and
I-
you use it so many times out of a year.
I live next to the Kissimmee Airport. That's a private airport.
Uh-huh.
Day in, day out,
yes.
jet after jet after
Yeah.
jet after jet, all day, man. I'm like, bro, how many
That's
many people flying in here,
I
bro?
used to live there next to it. In
Yeah.
those apartments there,
Yeah.
right on Dyers.
Yeah, right on Dyer.
Yeah, right
off
on.
of
It's
Dyer,
apartments back there in the back. So,
Yeah.
a friend of mine, he was a limousine driver. So that's where Michael Jordan used to come in when he would play the Magic.
Makes sense.
He said, man, he would get in and say, hey, I don't want to talk. I don't want to do no interviews. I don't want to do
Yeah.
nothing. Just get me to the game
Yeah.
and get me back. I don't want to do no talking.
Yeah, I hear most of like the big people don't go to the Orlando one. They go to the Kissimmee one. That's
Yes.
a little
Yeah.
smaller, more private.
It is.
To get you in,
You know,
to
they
get
were
you
about
out.
TSA
Yeah.
so deep and all that stuff. We
Yeah,
were not.
but I just think it's like, dude, like you know that we always talk about pollution and all that stuff. How much pollution are these guys causing? That they're flying
Yeah.
private jets back and forth like it's Ubers. Like, it's
Well, I'm
insane,
sure
man.
what happens, they have to pay. They have to pay, like with me, to do barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
I have to pay it's called a air permit. So I'm sure they have to get one. So in Groveland,
Yes.
I had to get an air permit to be able to have smoke going into the air.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and then I wound up paying up for like 3 months, but yeah, it's like 50. I mean, you gonna charge me? This ain't even none of your ass. I'm just saying, damn. But let me get a song in.
By the way, real quick, we gave a shout to LSU women's basketball team.
Yeah.
Congratulations, ladies!
And then we're gonna talk about right quick how you all feel about men that done changed and said that they're a woman, but now they want to play women's sports.
Oh,
How you
boy.
feel about that, Neo?
Oh man, let's play that song. We'll get back to it.
Okay.
Got a lot to talk about with that
Woo!
one.
Peace on the streets, guys. Like, do you guys really want to see people get hurt?
Yeah.
Right in front of your face? Do you really want to record that? Just watch? Do you know that's what we do now, right?
Yeah.
We record it, just watch.
Right.
But how you gonna call 911 and you're recording me? Get off the phone.
Yeah.
And stop recording and call 911.
Exactly.
It's like we just watch things now.
Yeah.
Do you know that there was a clip that came out that there was a lady in the store that was treating the older woman that was at the cashier like crazy, talking to her, saying, "I'm gonna whoop your if you don't bag my food, double bag," talking to her like that.
Come on.
And you know what people did? They just watched.
Yeah.
They watched and they recorded, and that was it.
That was it.
And they said that what it looked like they were focusing on just buying and leaving. Didn't care. I think that I might get my butt whipped because I get involved sometimes too much.
Okay.
I hear that, I will say something.
Right,
And I
right.
think we're gonna fight because I'm like I can't take it. And I don't get in like I'm gonna whoop your same thing because I don't want to fight. But if
Right.
you have to, then I'll have to pick up some stuff because I'm only 5'3", and I will. But like things like that, I can't take it. I
Me neither.
will say something.
Yes, I'm the same way. One time I seen a dude jumping on a girl on Lee's Road,
Right here in Orlando.
So I pulled up and I jumped out. I said, "Hey, I'm the police. Get away from me.
Smart move, bro.
I'm the police."
You killed it right there,
Bro,
done,
I
son.
don't want to lock you up, man.
Done, son.
And I'm a big dude, so they
Yeah.
thought
Yeah,
I
Lord up.
was. And I jumped out, man. With the, hey,
Well,
man,
just
I'm the
jumping
police,
out.
man.
That's so
Because he was
funny.
trying to kick her, and I mean, it was just.
But that's a smart move because they could have killed you.
Yeah, and so he
Yeah.
left. He like, man, that she was with me today. Hey, bro, I'm just saying, I don't care about all that. But right now, I can lock you up because I've seen that.
Yeah.
Good job.
Let her go. I said, hey, young lady, go. Go and take care of your business. You know what I'm saying?
Good
So that was
job.
one of the craziest things I done. You know?
I can't believe
Wow.
that works.
What about you, Enyo? That's a smart move though because they could have killed him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
What
I
about
mean,
you?
Yeah, I do that kind of thing all the time. Like the last one I remember, there was some dude yelling at this lady in a parking lot right outside of Best Buy. And he's yelling at her all kinds of stuff, and he's telling her like, "Go back to wherever you came from," and all that. And I was like, stopped, and I turned around, and I was like, "Yo, that's enough, bro." He started getting all heated, and then I had Marcy on my shoulders, and
Oh,
he was like,
wow.
"Oh, what are you gonna do?" I just put her down.
Whoa.
And I like went right up to him. I was like, "Man, I forget you." His wife was like, "Let's go, baby, let's go." And they just got in the car and
Wow.
man.
and they drove off because you could tell he was just a little B word, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's always like whenever the dude's trying to pick on a lady, it's because he himself is powerless. He's
That's
a
right.
coward.
That's right.
He's just a big.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's like you're hitting the vulnerable people. That's what's
Yeah.
so disgusting.
And that's what
You
they
know?
said. Dudes that like to fight women will not fight a man.
Nope,
No.
It's a proven fact.
You're right.
Fact.
They will not go against someone that's larger than them.
or
Right.
even the same size.
You're right. You're right. You're actually
Or
right
even the
about
same
that.
size.
And so they'll
Huh.
pick on, and so that's just always bothered me. I don't like that because I feel like as a man, sometimes a woman can go.
Yeah.
You got to know when to break down and say, man, maybe just leave.
Yeah.
Take
You must
a
walk
break,
away. You can kill her.
man.
One hit, you can kill
Especially
her.
someone like you, Prince. That
Uh-huh.
One hit can kill her.
You lose control. You could really hurt somebody
Yes, you
real
can.
quick.
Because what I do is I say what I have to say, and then I let someone, because a person can't argue by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can only argue for
That's
so
real
long.
talk.
And be like,
That's
"Oh,
real.
shit." And then you don't let words pull it out of you. Sometimes you personally let words pull it out you. But I was raised with sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There you
I
go.
did, man.
That was bullying you.
You have to have self-control. But
Yeah.
real quick, big shout out to the mothers out there. Happy
Yeah,
Mother's
happy
Day.
Mother's Day.
We support you guys.
Yeah.
But I definitely say from like when I say like domestic violence or things are going on, I'm gonna just say this real quick. Like I have to speak about I don't want to the ladies, 'cause I'm a lady. But
Right. Okay.
just make sure that, and I have to say this because I have a lot of writing of men that have been writing to me, believe it or
told
not.
me that.
And I
Yeah,
told
yeah.
Princess on the side note, like seriously, and
Uh-huh.
I had it today too. The men are telling me this, so I'm going to say it. And they were saying that they are tired of a lot of now society, the women don't respect men. They don't see them as respectable. They don't respect them. There's to see them as just there, so they're not as an asset for you anymore, or as partnership or anything. You know, a lot of the women being independent, like I do my own thing.
Yeah.
It's not that, ladies. It's not about that.
Right.
They're saying that you don't respect them as a man, period. And everyone should be respected.
Right.
Men definitely should, because you want the good men to keep representing the ladies, supporting the chivalry,
Right.
the protection. If you don't support the men, the good men are no longer going to step in and teach the younger boys how to be men.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like too many guys are
You see, the more
expect
punks
too
than
much.
anything.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think
coming
guys,
from a male perspective.
guys expect too much. They be busted, poor, dumb.
So they're not doing like they
and
used to
it's
do.
like,
No.
Yeah, it's like, what do you
No.
want? What
But don't you think
what
that's
do
the younger
want?
generation? I'm
Yeah,
talking about
I
30
think-
plus is on a different level.
Yeah, I mean,
Even
I'm-
older guys too. They
Yeah.
play.
You're
they-
right about that. There's some bums out there.
Some of them are preying on women.
Yeah.
And I was
Okay,
like,
okay,
man.
guys,
Yeah.
I get this. Let's stay focused. I
okay.
get what you're saying, because
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
bums
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But good men, you and you, I said this. I wrote to these guys. I said, I'm around great men. I make
Yeah.
sure I am around great men.
Yeah.
But you guys are almost a rare breed. And this
Yeah.
is not good.
Maybe, I mean,
I
This
guess.
is not
But-
good.
But
yeah.
that, but listen, like I don't like Prince was raised with. I wasn't even raised with my dad, and you know,
just came out alright.
everyone has to take responsibility.
Good
Yeah.
human being.
Past 18, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think by the time, like everything that happened to you before 18
Yeah.
is not your fault.
That's right.
You know,
Come
it's
on.
your parents, your
Your
upbringing,
environment.
all that.
Oh, yeah, word up.
And then you have an uphill battle depending on what
That's
you
it.
went through.
Right.
But it's still kind of on you after 18.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, and you got to build yourself up to be a better person, to have good emotional understanding.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the emotional part, especially one that is missing in guys right now. It's like,
And then, like, a lot of times, they've heard rap music, and they're not listening to love music, and they think women are just B's and H's. So that plays in their
Little bit
ear,
of that.
too. Some
That
of
as
them.
well. But then you also have the
bit of that.
women that are exploiting themselves on
Yeah.
that nature. And if you bring that out, if you bring it out,
Yeah.
you're gonna receive the
Right.
same kind of energy
Exactly.
back.
That's right.
And you're
Yeah.
gonna get those punks.
Yeah. Talking about, I want somebody on the wow
So
side.
yeah, so you
You know
want
what I'm
like you want
saying?
chivalry and you want respect, but you're exploiting yourself. You're gonna get those nasty dudes,
That's
always,
right.
Yeah.
because that's what you're releasing.
Yeah.
out
it
ladies.
goes both ways.
Oh, yes,
same,
it does.
same way, like there's
Yes, it does.
trash dudes, there's
Right.
trash chicks.
Sure, yeah.
There's a ton
All
of
girls.
So
I'm
let me
just
ask you
out
guys
there.
this: is chivalry dead? Keep it real.
Yeah, I mean, we've had this discussion before.
We're doing
right?
it.
Like-
Talk to the people right now. Talk to the people just tapped in.
Yeah, you know, well,
I think chivalry's changed.
yeah,
Like, it's just not the same as
it's
it
not-
used to be.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Because roles have changed.
And then a lot of guys hadn't been
Yeah,
changed.
roles have changed.
I'm gonna tell you what happened in life. The drug area really hurt society, because what happened is
The
that
drugs.
young dudes start selling dope to their grandparents or aunties. So respect was lost. And so it was a generation that was lost. They were like, man, how you gonna tell me something and you up here buying crack from me?
Interesting.
I ain't
Well, the
listening
drugs-
to you.
There's a little bit of truth to
Yeah,
that. There's a
yeah.
little bit.
Well, the
Man,
drugs is brought to us by the United States, by our
Right.
government.
But-
I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying it's
So
different
they
when
set us
your
up for failure.
That's
you.
facts.
yeah,
That's
and when
facts.
your auntie is coming buying drugs from you.
Look, don't listen to society. Don't
Because
listen to the
it-
media. Don't listen to the government.
Yeah, because the government set it up like
They
that.
set it
Oh,
up,
yeah.
Prince.
Yeah.
It's
They
planned.
brought the
It's
drugs. They
planned.
brought the heroin, cocaine here.
Yeah.
They did. They
Right.
definitely did. They
Like
wanted
the
to
liquor
make sure-
stores.
Yeah, they only put them
The
in
80s
the
in New York City was
bad
horrific.
neighborhoods.
That's it.
They always gentrifying, pushing the
So
bad things in one direction.
They
not the
are
other.
running like the rule book of society. We must go against that grind. Like if it's
Right.
wrong, we must go against it. Stick up with each other.
Because
It's hard.
nothing in America is just done on the spare. Just
Yeah.
all of a sudden done. Everything is planned out. How it's going to happen. All the scenarios and everything. Okay, this is what's going to happen if we do that. And so I remember when cocaine was only a rich man's drug.
Right.
Yeah.
It was for rich people.
Word.
It's still
Lord,
that's
it
the
is.
only one
It
that
still
could
is.
afford
It is.
Oh
Still
yeah,
kind of
because
is.
what happened is that
And
they
A-ball's expensive.
Yeah.
because see what
How
happened
can
is
you do
that
this and
it was for
work?
rich people because they can bounce back.
Yeah.
and
Poor
there's
people can't bounce back.
well,
true.
their
Not
system,
as fast.
it gets out of their system faster than weed,
That
so
too.
they got away with it. To do a drug would be that.
It's a totally different drug.
Because it gets
too.
out-
It
it
gets
is.
you hyped and
And
excited
angry.
and
Yeah. But it was a
Yeah.
party drug.
Yeah.
Cocaine started
I'm gonna
as a
say
party
this.
drug.
I'll never
That's
forget
true.
this. I was only 24. I walked upstairs to attorneys that are out here in Florida. I'm not gonna call them out, but they're huge.
Yeah.
They're a huge branch. You could guess it. I might shake my head,
Uh-huh.
but they're one of the largest personal injury Hello, do you get me?
It's
Yeah.
all of them.
They're one of the. I'm saying this right now. They're one of
It's
the
all of
largest
them.
I went to
personal
their
injury
party.
attorneys,
Yeah.
and I went upstairs and seen
all
them,
of them.
see them lining up, and my heart dropped. Couldn't believe it.
No, it's all
Walked
of
out
them.
because I don't want to be around it. I felt like I was evil.
I think that there's an illusion that drugs are only for like
Yeah.
drug addicts. That are in
Yeah,
the
no,
streets
that's a
and stuff.
lie.
Nah.
Salesmen
The
with the
people
suits.
those are the people that do the most drugs.
Yeah.
There's the dudes with suits.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, for
10 out of
real.
10. The most
Yeah.
drugs are done by
Yeah. They
I'll
come
tell you
in
what
there-
the drug
Yeah,
is
yeah,
right now,
100%.
and what the people are telling me right now. What the drug is
Yeah.
right now, everybody
Fentanyl.
fentanyl.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
That's right.
I thought one time twice you hit that, you're dead. How do you choosing a drug that is gonna kill you probably the first time?
Yeah.
Well, they don't normally choose it. You know, they're not like
No, they're
going-
choosing it anyway. They're going for it.
Nah,
Yes.
no,
I'm telling you right now, the people that I,
mean,
spoke to,
maybe some.
no, they're telling me that they're going and looking for fentanyl.
They like
if
it.
they so
Yes.
so do you know how people started getting into fentanyl?
No.
So remember when there was a whole pill epidemic, right?
Right.
And then they started cracking down on it.
Oh, they laced
So
it.
then people stopped going. They weren't able to get the pills, so they went to heroin.
Right.
And once they were like, oh man, this heroin stuff is kind of harsh, then they got into fentanyl because fentanyl you need way less, it's cheaper, and you get way more messed
Well, how
up.
about the Molly?
Makes sense. That's kind of dead right now. It kinda-
Molly is kind of it can be expensive.
It's not called
but,
Molly though. Now it's called like.
I mean, there's ecstasy. It
Ecstasy.
has
It was
different names.
ecstasy
I
first,
know it's
but then
ecstasy
Molly-
first and Molly.
And
Molly,
then Molly.
Molly, it's its own thing. Like ecstasy is like when you mix it all into a pill. Molly can't be formed into a pill, so it's strictly powder.
Okay.
So it's a slightly different thing. But there's LSD and all this other stuff. But all that stuff, it really, it is bad. But it's not as bad as like your kids getting shot in school.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
it's not as bad as
Yeah.
like house pricing that keeps going up
Oh
and
my
up and up
goodness.
and up. It's
Yeah.
not
and
as
the
bad
homelessness.
yeah, and this, of course, one leads to the other, right? Inaffordability of
Exactly.
houses.
That's
leads
what
to
They're
they're
more
homeless.
homeless.
I've seen
But you know
And
what?
now
People
they
going to
also-
move out of Florida.
People
'Cause
are
you
already
can't-
moving
because
now.
You can't afford it.
Listen, man, I was looking at videos of I-95 up in New York, backed
No.
up from all the illegal immigrants that are leaving Florida because of that new law that they passed.
Yeah.
What's
It
the new
is.
law, Enyo? I missed this.
It's the one that they recently passed where it's super anti-immigration. Any company that hires workers is committing a felony.
Well, you
if
know
you
the
transport an illegal immigrant, you're making a felony.
Illegal.
And the hospitals have to ask you for your immigration status when you go in.
Now.
And then they report that to ICE. So you
Okay.
show up, you're like, dude, I have a broken leg. They're like, you got papers?
So
You're
they
like,
can't even get checked medically. It's done.
No, they'll check them, but they'll
They're gonna
deport
report
them.
them.
ICE
Yeah,
is
Got
waiting
it.
on.
deported
But you know
after,
what this
which
whole thing is
brutal,
about?
man.
It is.
Power.
They want you to get a social security number.
They want you
So
to pay
you can pay
taxes. Let's keep it
taxes.
real.
But
It's
they-
all
about
about
taxes.
paying.
No.
Oh,
They
yeah,
wanna
that
be
one-
accounted
no,
for.
that's not. This is the
What
one.
else?
This is the one time it's not, because if that was the case, then they would give them some way of becoming legal. But the process to becoming legal is unnecessarily difficult, so they can keep
Right, it
them.
is.
They want to keep them as illegal immigrants so that they can keep
So
Right.
that's-
And I don't think they're going nowhere. It's too many of them building houses. It's too many of them building houses. Like if you go in the villages is one of the number one retiree area in the world, and they're building like crazy. All Spanish and Mexican guys.
It's all illegal workers
It's
there.
it's things that we don't want to do here, right?
Yeah.
We don't want
Right.
to get down and
if you,
dirty.
if you want oranges to be $100 a pound,
Uh-huh.
get rid of illegal immigrants.
That's right.
If you want to never have another house built for under $1 million, right?
Right.
Get
I
rid
just
of
don't
all of 'em.
understand like why we can't make it better for people if they want to come here. They're escaping where they're from, guys.
It's
Right.
because we want to keep the cheap illegal labor.
Yep.
That's all it is. They had the same law, this exact same law basically. They passed in Georgia. It lasted a couple months, and they were like, "Yo, we gotta get rid of this because nobody,
We ain't got nobody. And that's gonna
nobody's working out here."
And that's what's going to happen. That's it's
Yeah.
going to
Okay.
happen.
Oh yeah,
Because-
those farm jobs pay $100 per hour if you're lucky.
Uh-huh.
And we're talking about working all day in the sun,
Right.
picking
This
fruit.
is horrific.
No American.
they pay
with
them
paper.
not-
No, no
Yeah.
one don't do. That's why they
Nobody's
got
doing
them.
it.
And we used to, Black American used to be them,
Yep.
free
Huh.
labor,
Yep.
and that's what America loved. That's how they build the country on free
Slavery.
Labor.
That's why they go overseas to get things made, like the
Yup.
Jordans,
Yup.
because they don't want to pay the labor in America to
Yup.
do it. So they go to them sweat
India,
houses.
China, all of that. Yep.
That's why they abandoned Detroit.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that something?
Yeah, man, we out
pay
here.
these black people.
Yeah,
Whoa.
$40 an hour.
China.
Firestone.
Let's go to China. $5 a day.
That's right. A day.
I could tell you the detention centers they had out here for when Trump was president.
That's also
Uh-huh.
some illegal
Lost my
slavery.
mind. I felt like I was watching a concentration camp, like the
Yes,
Nazis.
it's-
Like it was
yes.
just like that.
It
You
was.
know what's awful?
How you not seeing this, guys?
It's
I
worse
see-
now. It's
I
worse
bet
under
They're not even
Biden.
getting treated medically or even being fed food, and
Yeah.
and all the
It's-
ammunition, all that like, where they put in their
It's-
system,
yeah,
you know, to keep
it's
them
worse under
healthy.
Biden, unfortunately.
It's a concentration
gotten even
camp.
worse.
Yeah.
They literally like these guys are dying in it.
And people don't care because we don't know about
They
it.
don't.
Because we don't have.
We know.
any-
We see.
We see.
Americans just don't have anything they can do about it. Like,
Yeah.
we have just been broken. Americans have been completely broken because we know that no matter what we want,
Yeah.
we're never going to be able to do it.
We can make it happen. The Civil War. Sorry.
That's literally
the Civil War that happens in other countries that go against their government and make it happen.
Yeah, I mean,
Look at
that's,
Venezuela. Look at all that. They're fighting for their life.
that's all that there's
Out
left.
there.
Did you
really,
know
out
how
here.
many people said, I ain't closing my business for Corona?
Yeah.
And then they're
Yeah,
closing
okay,
it.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
boom.
right.
So, sorry,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah,
Sorry,
them jokers
buddy.
was closed.
It's
because
like-
they'll start locking you up.
Yup.
I mean,
Yeah, if you're in
America
the
play
street.
that. They play nasty.
Yo, America
so you
gives
can't
you-
beat a country.
No.
You can't beat the system.
No. And,
Could-
and it's an illusion, bro, because you don't even own your house.
Yeah.
Come
You don't-
on.
You don't even own that.
You do
because
not.
The reality is that if the
Or your
government,
property, I'm just
yeah,
saying.
if
Yeah.
the government's like, hey, we're building a bridge here, it's tough,
Yes.
tough luck,
They
buddy.
buy you out, they
buy
kick you out, and
or
they're
they
out,
kick-
yeah.
and-
What kind of-
Guess what we're gonna do? We could go to part 2, send our goons in there, burn your house up,
Yep.
and then you don't get nothing.
Then you don't get
Right.
And then we can
Exactly
find
will
out.
be.
Oh,
Exactly
we
will
can
be.
go
We're still
back
gonna
and
buy
say,
it.
well, guess what? We owe this house is owed
It's
$400,000 worth of back taxes.
Oh, here we go. Something.
Yeah, we can
Whatever.
get-
They'll find
yeah,
something.
man,
They'll
they can
take
do-
your house, bro.
they
Of
can
course
do-
they will.
No, they can just. It's called.
Prince, they do.
It's called
Yeah.
eminent domain, right? This is a clause that the American government has the right to just come take your house.
Right.
So
They can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, we don't own really anything. It's just.
It is a
Right.
facade. I'm so
It's a
glad he said
facade.
this because I literally told my sons this. I'm like, we're gonna pay it off, but not really. They still own it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know how? How? Because I have to pay taxes. And even though I own the house, I still got to pay taxes. And guess what? If I
Yeah.
don't pay those taxes,
gonna come
they
get
take
it.
it
They're
from
gonna
me
come
take it.
after
That's
I paid it off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And resell it.
And then it's like
And then get
180,000. It's not like 100.
Right.
So it's like that way money
Yeah.
over taxes that's yearly that can be like 1,000.
That's right.
It sounds ridiculous. Sounds unfair. And how is this legal?
That's the American way.
The only thing that will stand up for that tax a little bit, because there are rich people that have really big houses.
Yeah.
And we need to tax them a little bit on that at least, right?
Yeah,
They should always be taxed.
Which is something.
They got the money.
But yeah, that's one of the
Yeah.
the worst parts in America is that we
They should take it away
pay
from
a
them,
lot in
sorry.
our taxes.
Yeah.
But rich people don't.
Uh-huh.
Rich people
Just
pay
whole thing
much
is
less in
backwards.
taxes,
Yeah.
comparatively,
And for healthcare.
and for everything.
Everything.
Than we do.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a tier that's like really, 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 really poor people
Yeah.
don't pay that much. And then the people that are just barely not as
Middle
poor
class.
pay everything.
Which
Yeah,
middle class is
man.
going.
It's
So
like,
this is what they're
whoa,
trying to do,
dude.
Enyo. I feel that they're trying to make a society of rich and poor.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
how
No
a lot
middle
of countries are.
That's
It's
it.
either rich or poor.
Yep.
That's what they got it.
So middle class is going to go to poor because they're keeping you suppressed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
Tax,
the,
tax,
and,
tax.
and the way they're doing it is just making it so the line is harder to see, right? It's like
Yeah.
if you think you're rich when you have $1 million,
Or poor.
well, you're not.
Hmm.
You're,
you're
just
not.
you're just
Yeah.
middle class. You're
Right.
high middle class with $1 million.
Yeah.
You're not rich. A rich person starts at $1 billion. That's
Nowadays.
now you're rich.
That's it.
Then you're rich when you got $1 billion on you. And then the stock market. Remember, 10% of the population owns more than 90% of the whole stock market.
Uh-huh.
And 1% of that 10% owns more than 50% of that entire 90%
Jesus
pocket.
Christ.
All the wealth is
Yeah.
here. It's like in this many people that own
Uh-huh.
everything, and everybody else is just barely working by. If you think about it, like Pepsi, Kellogg's, and like 3 other companies own everything we eat.
Uh-huh.
Everything
That's
we
right.
eat, like every
Frito
box-
Lay.
Every
Every
cereal.
box, every
Frito-Lay,
cereal,
by the way.
everything that we eat,
Uh-huh.
controlled by like 3 companies, man.
And
There
what
is no
happened?
choice.
They have different levels. Like for instance, you
Yep.
might don't want Pepsi, but you want
Fanta.
The Fanta.
Yeah.
Fanta,
I love Fanta.
Yeah.
I sell Fanta.
And then you want a water, but that water is owned by Coca-Cola.
That's right, man.
It's
Yeah,
like,
they ain't
bruh.
playing.
No, and you go to Taco Bell, but really Taco Bell is owned by Pepsi.
That's right.
Yes.
Like, you know why Pepsi bought Taco Bell?
Why?
Just so they could sell more Pepsi.
It makes just makes sense though.
Literally just so that
Yeah,
it's
because
Pepsi
now
exclusive.
Pepsi's in Taco Bell.
Right.
That's all there is.
I got to get a song in, you
That's
guys.
true. That was amazing
Let's do a song.
conversation. Yes.
All right.
Peace on the streets, guys. Happy Mother's Day.
So I just want to give a couple of quick more shout outs to a couple of moms out there. Alyssa, she has been a longtime friend,
Ooh.
raising 3 kids and my own godchildren. I love those
yeah.
kids so much. Huge
Nice.
shout out to you.
Alyssa.
Huge shout out to Mimi right here.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
local mom out here taking care of us, taking
Yeah,
care of
yeah,
her
yeah.
kids, taking
That's
care of
right.
everybody.
Yeah, my friends, Teresa
you.
Jones, all my friends I know, my sisters, everyone that's handling
so
their
many
business,
people.
that's taking care of kids the right way.
That's right.
know
Rochelle
what I'm saying?
Smith,
Rochelle
our
Smith.
certified
Smith.
You
financial
know, her son
planner.
is driving now.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So, you know.
Interesting. And also, too, our advisor, who is the advocate, Cynthia
Cynthia
Harris.
Harris.
She's a mom as well,
Yes.
guys.
Yeah, Nurse V.
Nurse
Yes.
We got to holler at Nurse V, you know what I'm
So
saying?
what?
yeah.
Hopefully
Kill
we don't
me.
need no more pandemic
Yeah,
talks.
that's
For real.
right, you know.
First and last. So, guys, again, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
appreciate you all and all the mothers that are tuning in. Happy Mother's Day. So, listen, guys, the saddest thing is wasted talent. Don't waste the gift that God has given you. Go full force, never let fear or intimidation stop you.
Buenas noches.
Yeah, Bonanese to you too. Mio and Mimi. You guys, we be back on again next week. You guys,
yo.
appreciate you all. WOKB, thank you all for allowing us to be here to do what we
Come
do
on.
right here on Peace on the Streets. We love you guys.
Yes.
Peace on the Streets.
Tune in next week, guys, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. We love you. Take care. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.